Hello everybody, welcome to EduTap. As a student, we are always confused that whether we should go and attempt examination number A or whether we should go and attempt examination number B or whether we should do something else. Like we can completely avoid the regulatory bodies examination and we can focus on the banking exams also. Right. So the objective of this particular video is to share a complete information related to the upcoming PFRD Grade A 2025. In this video, you will get the details about vacancies, eligibility, pattern, syllabus, salary, and the strategy for the upcoming PFRD Grade A 2025. The core objective of this particular video is to help you to make an informed decision. That is whether you should appear for this particular exam or whether you should completely avoid it. Okay, so this is the core objective. So I will request you to please watch this particular video till the end so that you can benefit yourself by making a good decision that whether you should go all in for PFRD grade A or whether you should completely avoid it. Okay, now before I move forward, EduTap is offering you a free ebook. This ebook is about PFRD Grade A 2025 syllabus. See, let me first tell you that what the problem is and how this particular problem will be solved with our ebook. See, let's say that in management, there is a topic of management which goes by the name of HRM. HRM stands for Human Resource Management. Now the syllabus has just mentioned that this is the topic which you have to do. The syllabus does not mention that what are the subtopics which you have to do under the topic of HRM, right? So this ebook or the syllabus ebook will basically help you to identify the subtopics which you have to do under the topic of HRM. Like this, there are multiple subtopics which are mentioned in this particular, I would say, ebook, which will help you to give a kind of a strategic approach for your upcoming PFRD grade A. So talk about management, you talk about commerce and accounts, you talk about economics, finance and multiple components. A detailed syllabus coverage of PFRD grade A 2025 is provided to you in this particular ebook. So I will request you to download it for free. We are not even charging you any penny of it. You can just go in the description box of this particular video and you can download your ebook. Now let's start with the core objective of this particular video. The point number 1 which I am talking about is vacancy. So if you notice the vacancies of PFRD grade A and the notification from the year 2020 has been released 4 times. The current cycle is of 2025. Okay, so this year if you see the number of vacancies among all the years in the past is the highest. Total number of vacancies is 40. The notification date is 23rd June 2025. Phase 1 is about to happen on 6th of September and phase 2 is about to happen on 6th of October. Now please notice that these are the total number of vacancies. In this particular video, you also have to get an idea that out of 40, only 28 vacancies are released for journal stream. Rest, I would say, for other different streams are also catered in this particular notification, by which I mean out of total 40, 28 are specifically released for the journal stream. But if you see, some vacancies are released for IT stream, some vacancies are released, I would say, for Rashtra Bhasha stream, some vacancies are released for, I would say, economic stream, likewise. So these are specialist streams. Okay, now the student who has a specific knowledge about IT, they can apply for IT stream, but the highest number of vacancies are for journal stream only. So the objective of this particular video is to prepare for the journal stream and not for the IT stream. But don't worry, if you have any doubt related to IT stream, you can drop down your doubt in the comment box. You can write your doubt in the comment box and we will be more than happy to help you related to the IT stream also. Okay, but the most important objective of this particular video is to help you with the journal stream. Okay, now if you see, my friend, over here you are getting roughly 1 month. Okay, roughly 1 month, and over here you are getting roughly more than 60 plus days. So if you see from notification till phase 1, you have a good number of days to prepare for the phase 1 of this particular exam. Moreover, if you see, you are still getting 1 month from phase 1 to phase 2. So from notification till the phase 2, you are roughly having 90 plus days in your hand, and it is more than enough to prepare for the PFRD grade A exam if you go for it. Okay, and yes, this time the number of vacancies are quite high. So I always call this particular year as a golden year for all those students who are preparing for PFRDA, because if the number of vacancies are high, then definitely the chances of selection will also increase, right? Now let's move to the second point, which is the eligibility. Okay, one more thing before vacancies, we don't know that whether in the next year PFRD grade A will happen or not, because if you see from 2022 they are directly recruiting in 2025, so we don't know whether the notification will be released in 2026 or not. So please utilize this opportunity of 2025 carefully. Now let's talk about eligibility. See, the eligibility of PFRD grade A is divided into two parameters, or you can say two conditions. Okay, the first condition is related to the age and the second one is related to your education qualification. First, when it comes to the age, the minimum age for every candidate, irrespective of whether which category you are applying from, it has to be 21 years. Okay, the minimum age, and the maximum has to be 30. But this is the age bracket 21 to 30 for the UR category, which is unreserved, or you can see the open category. Okay, but for certain categories like OBC, SC and ST, there is some age relaxation. For a scheduled caste and a scheduled tribe, you can see a maximum age relaxation of 5 years is allowed. So you can say for them the age bracket will be 21 to 35 years. So we have increased the upper age limit to 35 because it is clearly saying that it can be relaxed up to 5 years. Right, simple. And if you see for OBC students, it's 21 to 33 years, because for OBC students age relaxation is up to 3 years. As simple as that. Right. Moreover, in every notification for calculating your age, there is a cutoff date. In this year notification, they have mentioned it as 31st of July 2025. So you need to make sure that you are calculating your age with this particular date as a base. Okay, and you can say you should have been born or after 1st August 1995. This is basically kind of date in which you have to fall your age into. Right, so this is all about age. This is your condition number one. The condition number two is related to your qualification. Now see, master's degree in any discipline. So master's degree in any discipline basically means what? That if you have done masters in any discipline, whether it's hotel management, whether it's agriculture, whether it's science, whether it's commerce, whether it's biotechnology, or any kind of master's degree, if you have done, then definitely you can apply for this particular exam. But if you have done only bachelor's degree in law and bachelor's degree in engineering is only allowed. Other than this, no bachelor's degree is allowed. I again repeat, if you have done bachelor's in law and if you have done bachelor's in engineering, then you can fill this particular exam. Otherwise, if you have just done BCom, BCom is a bachelor's degree in commerce. It's a bachelor's degree in commerce. Can they apply for this exam? The answer is no, because bachelor's degree in law and engineering is only allowed. But a student has done MCom. MCom is a master's degree in commerce, so they can fill. Right, so a bachelor's degree in law and bachelor's degree in engineering, you can fill the form. Otherwise, if not, then you need to get a master's degree in any discipline. Moreover, certain certifications from the Institute of Chartered Accountancy of India, if you have done these certifications, then you can apply for this exam. Moreover, if you have done CFA from CFA Institute, then also you can apply for this exam. And remember, both the conditions has to be fulfilled. It's not like 1 or 2, it's like 1 plus 2. You need to fulfill the age also and the qualification as well. So this is all about eligibility. Now we are talking about the third pillar of our video, which is the pattern. Now when it comes to the pattern of PFRD grade A, first you have to move from phase 1 to phase 2, then you have to move from phase 2 to interview, and then you have to move from interview towards your final selection. So there are 3 stages: phase 1, then phase 2, and then you have your phase 3, which is interview. Okay, so first we will talk about phase 1. In phase 1, please remember, you just have to clear the cutoff. It's qualifying in nature. Whereas for interview and phase 2, make sure that you are having a merit score. Now what is the meaning of this merit and qualifying? See, qualifying basically means that you just have to clear the cutoff. The margin by which you clear the cutoff is not important. Let's say that if a cutoff, let's say, is 30, a student is scoring 31, another student is scoring 62. Both these students will move from phase 1 to phase 2, because this is just a qualifying in nature. It is not merit. Okay, so in phase 1 you just have to make sure that you clear the sections cutoff. That's it. Okay, nobody will ask you by what margin. Nobody will ask you by what margin you have cleared the cutoffs. Now, when it comes to the interview and phase 2, these are my merit sections. In merit section, you have to score as high as possible, because over here, the margin by which you clear the cutoff will matter. So if any, let's say cutoff is 30 and one student has scored 31, another one has scored 62. So the preference will be given to that particular student who has scored higher, because this is a merit section and not qualifying. Simple. And your total selection will be dependent upon these two parts only, which is phase 2 and interview. So you have to score very high in phase 2 and very high in interview also, so that you can land yourself in the PFRD grade A. Okay, moving forward to the pattern of phase 1 now. So we are first discussing the pattern. We are not discussing the syllabus right now. We are discussing the pattern. Okay, now pattern is very easy. Phase 1 is conducted in two papers. You have paper 1 and you have paper 2 as well. Okay, now what is paper 1 all about? See, in paper 1 you will have 4 sections. You will have 4 sections. What are these 4 sections? English, quants is basically your mathematics, then your reasoning and journal awareness. Each section will have 20 questions, so the total number of questions will be 80, and one question is of 1.25 marks, so your total section weightage will be 25 each, so your total for paper 1 will be 100. So it's like 25 for each section, and the total, there are 4 sections, right? So the total of paper 1 will be 100, which will have 80 questions, and you will get 60 minutes. You will just get 1 hour to solve these 80 questions. The level of quant, reasoning and English over here is easy to moderate. It's not tough like RBI grade B level. It's not like that. Okay, it's easy to moderate, so you can score good number of marks in the phase 1 paper 1. Now comes, let's do paper 2. Now let's move to paper 2. In paper 2 you will have 50 questions from 7 different components. What are these 7 different components? Commerce and accounts, management, finance, costing, companies act, economics and pension sector. So if you see, these are 7 components. There will be 50 question. Each question is of 2 mark, so the total weightage is 100, and you will just get 40 minutes to solve these 50 questions. So if I repeat, in phase 1 there are 2 papers, paper 1 and paper 2. In paper 1 there are 80 questions worth of 100 marks. Each question is of 1.25 marks. In paper 2 there are 50 questions. Each question is of 2 mark. Again the total weightage is 100 marks only. But for paper 1 you are getting 1 full hour, and for paper 2 you are just getting 40 minutes. Okay, please note that there is a negative marking for 1/4 for all the answers if you mark them incorrect. And the language for, let's say, quant, it can be in Hindi and English. For reasoning it can be Hindi and English. For current affair as well, but for English it will be specifically in English only. You cannot switch it into Hindi. Right, now this is what the pattern of phase 1 is all about. Now if you ask me, is there any sectional cutoff? No, there is no any sectional cutoff, but there is paper wise cutoff. Basically there will be a separate cutoff for paper 1, there will be a separate cutoff for paper 2, and then there is an overall cutoff also. So there are basically, you can say, 3 cutoffs: cutoff for paper 1, cutoff for paper 2, and the overall cutoff. Now if you see the criteria to clear phase 1, as I have told you, there are 3 different cutoffs. Let's see the cutoff of the last conducted paper of 2022. Talking only about the journal category or the UR category. Now, if you see, for paper 1, the cutoff is just 22. For paper 2, it's just 16.5. And for overall cutoff, it's 39.62. So if you see, my friends, in the year 2022, the number of seats were quite less. And when the seats are less, the cutoff generally increases, but over here the cutoffs which I can see on my screen are quite low. Now when the seats are increased, the cutoff can decrease also. So if you see, what is a good score, if you are preparing for 2025, the good score is to make sure that you are having at least 50 marks. You are having at least 50 marks in both the papers, because see, in phase 1, paper 1, which includes QRE plus your GA, there is no sectional cutoff, but still you can score 50. Let's say that I am very good in quants, so I can do all the 20 questions of quant because it is easy to moderate, and I can mix it up with GA and some question of English, and I can skip reasoning completely, right? So you need to make a strategy something like this, because there are total of 80 questions in phase 1 paper 1. Likewise if you see, for phase 1 paper 2 as well, there are 50 questions. Even if you do, I would say, 30 questions correctly, 30 into 2 is 60. So you are also saying that you are getting 60 in, you are also seeing that you are getting 60 in phase 1 paper 2, and you are getting roughly around 50 in phase 1 paper 1. So if you combine these two, 50 plus 80 is 130. So you are well above the aggregate cutoff as well. So clearing phase PFRD grade A phase 1 according to me is not that much tough. Rather, if I compare PFRD grade A with I would say RBI grade B, NABARD grade A, then it's definitely very easy. You can still clear these different cutoff with these, provided that you study. The moment you study, your confidence will increase. The moment you don't study, then definitely you will not be able to clear these cutoffs. Okay, so this is the score of 2025 phase 1. This is the good safe score. Okay, so you need to get 50 in both the papers. That will help you to clear the aggregate cutoffs as well. Moving forward to phase 2 now. Now for phase 2, this is the paper pattern. Again, there are two papers. You have paper 1 and paper 2. In paper 1, it is completely English descriptive. It is completely English descriptive. Over here, you will have three questions. The name of these three questions is essay. Then you have an RC, and then you have a Prezi also, right? So these are the three questions which you will see over here, and all these questions have to be attempted in the descriptive manner. Okay, so a question will come in front of you and you have to type in your answers on the keyboard, which the examination center will provide you. The weightage of this particular paper is 1/3. So whatever marks you will get, it will be multiplied by 1/3, you can say. So if you are getting 60, then you just have to do 1/3. So it will be 20 marks over here, right? So this is how paper 1 is set. Then comes your paper 2. Now if you see phase 1 paper 2 and if you see phase 2 paper 2, they are exactly the same. Even the paper pattern is also same. Again 50 question, each question is of 2 marks, but over here make sure that you are getting a weightage of 2/3, by which I mean you will have 40 minutes, by which I mean in 40 minutes you will have 50 questions which you have to solve. Let's say that you are getting 60 over here as well, but it will be 2/3 now, so it will be 40 marks over here, because the examination pattern is such. Okay, but if you want to avoid this weightage part, it's completely okay, because over here, as I have told you, the more you I would say what the more you score, the better it is. So if you want to score as high as possible, that's the best strategy, because then all these weightage will be taken care of. For those students who are just on the cutoff, they are just on the line, for them this weightage will matter. Okay, but those who are scoring as high as possible, जितना हो सके उतना आप score कर रहे हो, then this weightage is not that much important, because you are anyway or you are any day above the cutoffs, right? So this is the paper pattern of phase 2. Now let's move forward to some questions which you might have. Can a person with diverse background clear this exam? The answer is yes, my friend, because we have seen that many engineers, many master's degree from commerce, many master's degree from economics, they do clear this exam, right? Are descriptive answers to be written online or offline? These are online answers. There is no pen and paper approach, rather it's a computer screen in which you have to type in your answers. Marks of phase 1 considered for final selection? The answer is no, because phase 1 is completely descriptive. Phase 1 is completely qualifying in nature. Phase 1 is just completely qualifying in nature. Okay, so this is the pattern of phase 2. And one more thing, if you make sure that if you are doing integrated preparation for phase 1 and phase 2, that will benefit for you a lot. Why? Because whatever you study in phase 1 paper 2, it is going to help you in phase 2 paper 2 as well. Okay, moving forward to interview. Now when it comes to interview over here is of 15 marks. Interview over here is of 15 marks, and if you see your final selection may, if final selection is 100%, 85% of the marks will be contributed by the phase 2 and 15% will be contributed by the interview. So if you see, the marks obtained in phase 2 online written exam will be allocated a weightage of 85%, while the marks obtained in phase 3 interview will be allocated a marks of 15%. So after doing all this weightage which I have told you, right, you have to multiply it by your score by 85 by 100, so that you can calculate the 85% of it, and then you mind you, my friend, whatever score you are getting in interview, you just have to add it. But again, as I have told you, this calculation of overall cutoff in PFRD grade A is quite complex for some students. But don't worry, once you score as high as possible in phase 2 and in interview, then this all calculation is taken care of, because you are any day scoring above the cutoff, that too as high as possible. But those students who are on just borderline, those students who are just on borderline, for them definitely this weightage and all these things will matter. Okay, so therefore, in if you are serious for PFRD grade A, then make sure that you score as high as possible for phase 2 and for interview as well. Okay, and yes, interview you can give in both English as well as in Hindi also. Now let's move forward to the final cutoff of 2022 as well. So if you see the final cutoff, and this is after your phase 2 and interview, the final cutoff is somewhere around 71.22. So if you see what should be the safe score for 2025, assuming that all these cutoffs and assuming that the paper level remains the same, we expect that if you are getting 70 to 75 marks, and why we have decreased the cutoff, my friend, we have decreased the cutoff because when the number of seats increases, then definitely the cutoff will decrease. And mind you, this is the final cutoff. Final cutoff as in like you have your phase 2 plus the interview. Okay, phase 2 plus the interview, and these are the cutoff for your phase 2. The cutoffs are applied for differently, and these are the cutoff for phase 2. So if you score anywhere about 70 to 75 marks in your phase 2, then definitely you will get your interview call. You will get your interview call, and definitely if you perform good in interview, you can still score good. But your range of marks in phase 2 should be somewhere around 70 to 75, so that you can guarantee yourself a selection. Okay, now let's move forward to the syllabus of phase 1 and for phase 2. Now for the syllabus part, when it comes to quant, these are the topics, but believe me my friends, in quant you just have 20 questions to solve, right? 20 questions which will be of 25 marks. So you can select any some specific topics. For example, data interpretation is the most frequent topic to be repeated in the exam, so you can do this particular topic, which will help you to at least score heavy number of things in the quant. There is absolutely no need to follow all the syllabus. You can just pick some topics which you think you are good in. For example, data interpretation, quadratic equation, you can skip the topic of time, speed and distance. So you have to select some 8 topics which you think you are good in and just keep on practicing on that. Okay, now for reasoning, my friend, these are the topics, but again, do not try to practice on all the topics of reasoning, because you again have 20 questions to do, right? So out of 20 question, if you even just do 8 topics, the same strategy which we followed in quant can be followed over here as well. So in reasoning, if you just do 8 topics अच्छे से, and if you are practicing on the on those 8 topics, it's more than enough to go with. Okay, so just practice on these 8 topics. Whatever you suits you the best, you can choose it. For example, for some student, ranking is very easy, inequality is very easy, direction sense is very easy, syllogism is easy. But for some students, machine input output is something which they avoid, so you can also avoid it, right? So choose some 8 topics which you think is best for you, and then do it. As simple as that. Now for English again, we are reading from school days only. So there is 20 questions which will appear in your exam, right? So English mein, what you can do is you can directly go and solve the mocks. That is the best strategy according to me, because in English we are more than enough. We are more than, like, I would say what, we are more than enough, or I should say that we are more than comfortable in English. Comfortable as in like we are like ye ho jayega, that kind of stuff. Okay, it is manageable. So in English, directly go and attempt the mocks. But a student who is completely clueless, you can practice on grammars, you can do some comprehension ability and vocabulary. Vocabulary according to me right now should be avoided, because it's a long term process and we don't have that much time. So you can do comprehension and grammar, that will help you. In grammar, they can ask you question related to error spotting, sentence improvement, close test, rearrangement, like this. In comprehension, they can ask you the questions like para jumbles, double fillers, and likewise. Okay, so make sure that you are practicing enough so that you are on the safer side in English component as well. Now for coming for journal awareness, again the same strategy. 20 questions will be over here. Now the journal awareness, where you have to focus on RBI plus PFRD graded notifications or the press releases by these two institutions, certain finance current affairs also, like budget and news, or certain big financial current affair which is making a lot of news. Normal banking current affairs can also help you over here, and do current affair only for 3 months, not more than that. And if you have less time, then doing current affair even for 2 months is good to go, because 20 questions are there, so half of the questions will be in the range of 2 months only. So if you are having your phase 1 on 6th of September, then do current affairs of July and August. That is more than enough. Okay, Moving forward to the syllabus of phase 2. Now the syllabus of phase 2, as I have told you, it is already given in the ebook which we have provided to you in the description box. So please open this particular ebook. This ebook will basically help you to get the syllabus for commerce and accounts, pension, I would say for costing as well, for management, for finance, and for economics. So once you open this ebook, you will get access to all the syllabus. This will help you a lot. So please do get your free copy today only. The link is given in the description box below. So I'm not repeating that what you will get the topics in commerce and accounts, pension, costing, and everything else. Moreover, on our channel itself, we have released a detailed videos related to the strategy for all these 7 components, the book list for all these 7 components. So you can refer to those. So I'm not repeating that particular stuff again, because I'm assuming that you will go and download this particular syllabus ebook, which will help you to gather a lot of knowledge. Okay, now when it comes to the pattern, we have discussed about pattern as well and the syllabus as well. Now for all streams, you have to give English paper definitely, and English paper I have told you, you will get RC, you will get essay, and you will also get a Prezi. Right, these are the 3 questions which you will get. And for RC, make sure that you are practicing some reading comprehension on some, I would say, weekdays basis, or you can say you are practicing on weekends. Essay also you will get 3 to 4 topics, so you just have to keep your descriptive writing speed at least good. So if you are having your word per minute, so if you are able to type some words per minute up to 30 or 35, you are good to go with. Okay, so this is all about phase 2. Now let's talk about the strategy and the salary. Now when it comes to the strategy, first point is slow and steady. See, you cannot turn the mountains, or you cannot shift the mountains in just one day. So make sure that you are going slow and steady. First, for example, you can start with commerce and accounts because it's a very, I would say, big component. So it will take some time for you to complete that component, right? Then you can cover subjects like management, finance, economics. You have to make a schedule for yourself like this, okay, so that you cover each and every component one by one. So slow and steady. You cannot just say that I will finish commerce and accounts in just 10 days. That is hypothetically not possible. So what you have to do, commerce and account days, commerce and accountancy can be done in 20 days, right? Management can be done in another 10 days, finance another 10 days. So you have to move slowly and steadily, but make sure that you are consistent and make sure that you are disciplined with your efforts. Set a target score so that you can make sure that you clear the cutoffs, as I have told you the safe score as well for phase 1 and for phase 2. So do you can follow the same, so that you have a kind of a direction in your head. Then please make sure that you are giving enough mocks, because if you have practiced a lot of, I would say, content, then your confidence increases. Solve all the previous year questions, then try to fix your weak sections, because some students, let's say, they are leaving costing completely. It's not good. Do not leave any component completely. Rather, just try to do 50 to 60% of it if you have less time, because chances are there that you can get the question from this 50 to 60% what you have covered. Therefore, what I will request you is to watch some videos of most important topics which we have released on our YouTube channel. So for example, we have already released the video related to the commerce and accountancy strategy, most important topics, what should be the book list which you have to follow if you are doing self study like that. So refer to these videos. This will help you to get the insights about some specific related, I would say, what specific components as well, which will help you to fix your weaker sections. Okay, last but not the least is salary, and this Gen Z is definitely motivated with the salary only. So if you see at the entry level, once you join once you join the PFRD grade A, you will draw a roughly a salary of 1,57,000, and this is mentioned in the notification itself. And this will include a lot of allowances as well. Your basic pay will start somewhere around 44,000. So you add dearness allowance, house rent allowances, and multiple other allowances, right? So salary is a good, I would say, if you are getting 1,57,000 in India, that too in a reputed organization, that too with a good standard of living, it's a go job, right? You cannot say no to it. So again, the vacancies are very high. You have good number of days to prepare for you for the exam. So what we all are waiting for, you should start for this particular exam as soon as possible, right? So in this particular video, we have discussed a lot about all different information about PFRD grade A. Now, just to let you know how EduTap can help you, EduTap is currently offering you two courses related to PFRD grade A. We are offering you the gold course and silver course. In gold course, you will get all the stuff related to phase 1, phase 2, plus we will also help you in your interview preparation. But in silver course, we will only help you till phase from phase 1 to your interview. So you will not get the material for phase 1 in the silver course. Okay. So in silver course, you will get access to the I would say all the 7 components, which is commerce and account, finance, management, economics, pension, companies act. Likewise, and in gold course also you will get it. But in gold course you will also get assistance to quant, reasoning, English, and current affairs, as well as you will also get full length mock test for phase 1 in gold course as well. So if you are looking for complete hand holding, you can go for gold courses, and if you are looking for some only phase 2 plus interview only, then you can go for silver courses. Now allow me to show you that how you have to purchase our course. You can just go on edutab.co.in. Once you go over here, you have to just go on PFRD grade A course. Over here, if you come and over here, if you see, we have already launched a huge discount that is of 70%. So you can use the code PFRDA70, which will help you to get the courses at 70% off. So these are the two courses, and I have told you the major difference between them. So that's it, my friend. Thank you for watching this particular video, and I hope I was able to add some knowledge for all of you. And you please, if you like the video, do drop some comment in the comment box, and if you still have any doubt, then please do drop them in the comment box. We will be more than happy to help you. That's it. Have a good day ahead and all the very best. Keep preparing in the best manner as possible.